I say it's always high energy. Definitely always high energy. If the more numbers there are, the more energy there is, I guess. But if we're doing dynamics, there's definitely someone stopping if they're walking by, because they don't see that at all. Like, they don't expect to see that. When they just see like a bar park, they probably think like, oh yeah, there's a few pull-ups and stuff like that. What can actually be done at the bars? But yeah, the reactions we get when we do freestyle it's definitely shocking. If I'm doing like a trick that I know is like, that I feel is hard, then let's say like my heart would start like racing a bit. But at that point you just have to like kind of just calm yourself down and just breathe and just think of what you're doing, because going on the bar like that, you just can't.
In storage currently we have approximately 12 tons of knives, all shapes, all sizes, some still in evidence containers, some with tape and bags wrapped around the handles. It's a great volume of knives, and it's quite shocking really the first time you see these to understand that they've been taken off the streets of London.
So Steelers Concept is anti-knife crime charity, and they collect knives off the streets, UK streets, and they melt them down, create bar parks for the community. They run free community classes 3 times a week in 3 different locations in London, and there's another part was set up in Brixton Prison.
I liked, when I was younger, to get involved in violence. I liked fighting, I liked robbing people. This is the type of stuff that I like to do. Basically, I was a troublemaker for the fun of it. Not because I had a trouble background, just because it was excitement to me. That did impact my education, I would say. Like, I was always told I was really bright, really smart, but got kicked out of school, got kicked out of secondary school, got kicked out of college, all through violence. So when I did start going to the Warriors Park, started training, things started to level down a bit. If anything, I've always been doing calisthenics. I just didn't know calisthenics was calisthenics. I literally used to watch videos on YouTube of people airwalking from when I was young. Always being able to do muscle ups when I was in PE in school. Because when I was younger, I used to jump up on the kitchen counter to then climb up to go on the top of the cupboards to go get the snacks that was hidden away. So when I was doing muscle ups at the park, I just saw myself as pulling myself up to climb the counter.
Haven't had a wealthy life where we can like move out of like a flat and stuff like that. We've always been in the States, so there has obviously been certain situations, but I've been lucky enough to kind of keep myself out of that. It's kind of crazy, to be honest, because I've been in situations where there's been like a 16, 17-year-old taking a knife out on me. I've definitely noticed a change, 100% a shift from when I was a teenager. There were still people I knew doing it, madnesses, but now the teenagers now are just, like, they're just savages.
I mean, you get everyone from Chris, the retired lawyer, to someone that from afar might be, deemed to be a roadman. We've had people that can speak English, people that can't speak English. And there are no barriers and there are no real sort of boundaries to who can and who does take part in this. And that's what makes this so wonderful. I mean, it really is as pure a community as you could possibly find. Because it doesn't come loaded with a membership, you see. So it's privilege free. Where everyone cares about other people's well-being. It doesn't take much for someone to notice that someone hasn't been turning up for a while. It is a support network because everyone's invested into everybody else's self-development. We want to see, each other win. It matters to the individual because you care, because you've been in it together, and we celebrate each other's victories. It can, look like an intimidating environment when you have pretty strong, ripped people swinging around bars and doing things that most ordinary people can't. It doesn't sound like a very inviting arena to step into, but it is the exact opposite, because everyone present knows what it feels like to be a beginner, and so there are no egos.
I was a national level gymnast when I was younger. I didn't particularly like doing gymnastics per se, but I just liked the fact that it didn't put me on the street. I didn't want to be on the street corners with some of my friends. When I stopped gymnastics, I started suffering with lower back pain. For 4 years I went to the doctors and they kept on pushing me away, saying that you're fine, there's nothing wrong with you, it's just muscle. I had to push myself that little bit more to be able to sustain the pain that I would experience if I didn't. And that's where I found calisthenics and how it was all bodyweight exercises and very similar to my gymnastics background. When I look at my younger cousins, just thinking about the fact that they've got to grow up, and how do we protect you? How do we keep you safe? How do we make sure that you live to see another day and not just be in the wrong place at the wrong time with the wrong people?
I guess it's to fight knife crime and just to bring the community together and create opportunities and make people be free, I guess. It can help them by channeling, like I did, their energy into something else and creating a whole nother mindset and opening their eyes to you're human. Like, you're meant to live and be your higher self. Like, you're not meant to be so negative. You're trying to get entrapped. You're trying to get them to lock you up, or you're trying to just leave the planet.
Calisthenics itself, it has helped me handle my aggression a bit, I would say. I'm more calmer, I'm more like in tune with myself. If we can change one person's life, we've changed many other people's lives. You can get one person that would carry a knife and convince them there's other ways of living, and they eventually turn away from the life of crime, then we've saved many people's lives. That's how I see what we do